Chairman of the Board of Trustees at the Auto Spare Parts and Machinery Dealers Association, that's Mr. Daniel Ofokansi, says government needs to continuously monitor and evaluate the impact of the palliatives being distributed by state governments to the vulnerable and less privileged ones. Speaking at the festival in Lagos, Mr. Ofokansi, who doubles as the chairman of the event, explained that if this is done, the impact of the resources deployed by the federal government and states will be adequately felt. Other speakers and business owners at the event bared their minds on some macroeconomic issues ranging from foreign exchange scarcity, high cost of clearing goods at the ports, and infrastructure issues, among others, which they say are affecting the growth and expansion of businesses across the board.
To introduce the palliative, to me, the most important thing, that palliative, how present, how and we'll be sure that the aim of the president will be achieved. Based on our character, he has distributed the money to all the governors. But do you know how they share the money? That's a problem. So I will advise that the president will still draw more action to see that Nigerians are happy because they voted for him. Let them be happy. And that is what I will advise.
When Naira is 1,000 plus to $1, what do you think? People are dying. People are suffering. Let me tell you, people are eating or seeing something in the market because of presence of doggedness of Igbo people. So long as they cannot cure this corruption, because everybody that goes to that position, both even National Assembly and all whatnot, they believe in their pocket. They're not talking about the masses. So that is why people are suffering. And there's nothing we can do, only to pray for this goodness of this country.
Government, you see, is for the people and by the people. So federal government should look at the plight of the labor and solve their problem for them, because labor, without labor, nothing will work. My advice to labor is they should also look at the federal government and consider in one way or the other to know exactly if federal government is sincere. If they are sincere on their plan and all that, they should also dialogue and look at the truth and allow the truth to prevail so that everybody will be in peace and harmony.
Well, that dialogue is on now. We expect the outcome anytime soon. Well, in its bid to sanitize the advertising industry in Nigeria and keep practitioners up to speed with new trends, the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria is set for this year's National Advertising Conference bill to take place in Abuja. The council also announced the Brand Nigeria campaign project. We have details of this in this report as compiled by Sunday Binibo and presented from our studio.
Gathered in this hall are heads of sectoral industries, groups, advertising professionals, and major stakeholders amongst others. Part of the discussion here is to boost advertising industry contribution to the nation's gross domestic product and to grow the country's revenue base.
We decided as an industry that in the past, the Brand Nigeria campaigns that have been promoted and launched in the past have been motivated by government. So we decided as an industry to look at launching a campaign that represents Brand Nigeria, but from a citizen's point of view, from a Nigerian point of view, and from an industry point of view.
All of this has to be put together beyond the numbers that are reported on a GDP basis to see what are the indirect impact and how does this all come together in terms of what the real number is and how we're impacting the economy and what more can we do in influencing by the share size of our contribution. How do we then help in influencing strategies?
Nigeria is probably one of the most maligned countries in the world for different reasons. But we're saying that the role and the after effect that we want to create is that people begin to see that there are some positive aspects of this great country, which the whole world can see. If you look at Afrobeat, if you look at Nollywood, and you look at the resilience of our people and the creativity of the young populace in this country, it is global. The reputation is global. So how can you tie all of these things together and create a consistent narrative that will bring positivity to the great country of ours.
For the Director General, Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ACAN, violators of advertising laws will henceforth face the Advertising Offences Tribunal while calling for collaboration from all stakeholders.
What we have done so far is that we've been doing online monitoring of adverts from all quarters. Now, for the people that have been violating the law, what we have done now is to compile their names, and we will be taking them before the Advertising Offences Tribunal, so which is going to start sitting any moment from now. Be rest assured that the advertising industry is going to be sanitized either in the broadcast, in the print, or on the social media platforms.
The 3-day event, scheduled to hold in December with the theme Marketing Communication in an Order of National Transformation, is geared towards boosting Nigeria's economy through advertising.
About 4,000 workers represented by the United Auto Workers reached an agreement with Volvo Group-owned Mack Trucks just before midnight yesterday. The union said the company made this position known. According to Mack's president, Stephen Roy, in his statement, the terms of a tentative agreement would deliver significantly increased wages and continue first-class benefits for Mack employees and their families. The union announced the deal on social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter. About 98% of the truck company workers have authorized a strike last month. Mack, founded in 1900, is one of the North American largest manufacturers of medium-duty, heavy-duty truck engines and transmission, according to his website.